In Commitment 2024, the politician who has served Florida longer than anyone in state history wants voters to send him back to D.C.
That's right. Western News political reporter Greg Fox caught up with Republican Congressman Dan Webster in the Villages and talks with his two GOP challengers about why they believe voters deserve a change.
Thank you for your service.
Republican Congressman Dan Webster presented veterans in the Villages with awards marking the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. No wonder Webster feels right at home in the oldest congressional district by median age in the nation. First elected to the State House in 1980, Webster is the longest-serving politician in Florida history. Webster will be 75 years old in April, but then again, in a year in which the two presidential nominees are older than he is, it's no surprise he's seeking an 8th term in Congress.
As long as I can be effective, I want to run. I ran to be there until I became ineffective, and I've tried to be effective, do my job.
The former Florida House Speaker and Senate President has his fingerprints all over Central Florida, having steered hundreds of millions of dollars to public projects like Orlando International Airport and the completion of Orlando's Beltway. The 429 toll road is named the Daniel Webster Western Expressway.
I've proven I can get things done, and those are the things that have kept me involved, is being able to bring home what's needed to be to make sure our district thrives, and it's thriving.
Older voters strongly prefer a younger candidate.
Former state lawmaker Anthony Sabatini is one of two Republicans challenging Webster. The other is energy scientist and former Webster supporter John McCloy.
The voters need new blood and a fresh voice.
Both Sabatini and McCloy, unlike Webster, have served in the military. And both point to the fact that Webster, according to GovTrack, has missed 5.3% of votes since taking office, considered much worse than the median of less than 2% for his congressional colleagues. And they say the fact that Webster narrowly beat far-right activist Laura Loomer in the 2022 GOP primary proves he's vulnerable.
In all the political discord, we need Republican leadership, and he's quiet. He's just voting the party line and staying in the background.
Status quo versus change. We need more aggressive Republicans. We need to grow the Freedom Caucus. We need people that are going to use the budget to create new reforms on the three main issues that we talked about earlier: the border, creating term limits, and stopping the weaponization of the government and the administrative state.
Thank you for your service.
Webster believes voters will consider his experience and keep him in D.C. In the Villages, Greg Fox, WestU News.
Also challenging Webster are Democrat Barbara Hardin Hall and Libertarian Ralph Groves.